Ha! Ha ha ha! Come on, Lady Disgruntled Mechanic. I need that new tool. I have to go buy it. Steve, Rob, and Eric O both have the tool. I need it. I really do.
Hey folks, your favorite 98%er on YouTube, Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic. And today what we're going to be working on is we're going to be working on putting an axle seal in my 2002 2500 HD truck. The seal's leaking. It has to be inspected by the end of March. We're pretty deep into March right now. So I'm going to replace this outer axle seal, which is bad. I may have to do more work to it. It may take the seal right out, but I have to get it inspected. That's what I'm going to do first. And then in another video, I will be replacing the rear pinion seal in this. Don't know when that video will come out, but that probably should be done before inspection too. So I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be right up front. I haven't pulled one of these apart in quite a while. I did them on the older style, like the 98 Chevy was probably the last one I did, 1 ton. I'm pretty sure it's pretty much the same other than your disc brakes in the back. I think I did her 2002 at one point. Not too sure what's in there, how it comes out, how far I have to dig. So if I actually have some problems and some hiccups, I won't be surprised. I don't do these every day, but what the heck, I might as well show you when I do them. Don't claim to be an expert, never have on this channel. Do my best to give you the information that I can, and we go from there. So we'll dig into it. I wasn't going to record me taking the tire off, but since I'm having a problem already, which happens when you don't rotate tires that often, or I don't really drive this truck a lot other than having it out in the winter to do work. So basically what happened is the tire is rusted fast to the hub. So what I'm going to do is I put a couple lugs back on, and now I'm going to hit it with the sledge. So you can watch as I'm never too good at this. So I'll probably hit my rim, or it'll come back and hit me in the shin or something. But yeah, it may be good for laughs. One whack! Ha! I hardly ever have that happen. So we'll take this off, and then we'll be back to continue on. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I try to decide whether or not I'm actually going to record these because I don't remember stuff from time to time because I don't do it often enough. But I'm going to take this and take the axle out. Then we'll work. I'm pretty sure we got to take the brakes off. Try and get the hub off, which that'll probably be rusted on there, so we can actually get back here to the seal. As I said, I'm pretty sure that's what we got to do. So let's start ripping. And if it isn't, I guess we'll find out together. Now you're going to get some oil out of there. That's why I have the pan there, some rear oil. So I left 2 bolts in it until I get this. Oh, look at that. She's going to come right out. Well, we'll let her slobber over here. And there's no, on these you know, 3/4 and 1 ton. There's no clip like in the half-ton rears. These just pull right out because of this, the bolts holding it in here. Now what you want to do is you want to try and keep it square as you pull it out. And my gasket ain't in the best of shape, but we'll probably reuse it. Hopefully it'll be good, but try and get this to pull out square. Un axeli. Yeah, it's not going to set because of the booble on it, so I'll throw a rag down here and try and keep it out of the... On the end of the axle there's a hump, so we'll try to keep it square like that. So what you have in here is you have this clip that has to come off. Then there's a little key in the keyway here that comes out, and then you can loosen this nut in here. So that's what we're going to go for. We'll do that a while. I'm going to do it while the brakes are on. I think I'll take the brakes off last. So let me go get a little bit of a pick and to pick your ring out of here, not your nose. Pick your ring out of here and get that key out of the keyway. I'll try to give you the best unobstructed picture that I can of this. So you want to try and get this little ring out of here. And there it is. That's the ring you need to get out. Now you got this little key in here. If I was smart and I wanted to save time, I should go get my needle nose or a magnet. I'll be right back. So I got a needle nose and a magnet. Let's try the needle nose first. There's a little bit sticking out here. Okay, so there's your little key in your keyway. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little magnetic thing while I go and try and... I have about 4 or 5 tools for this nut. Probably none that fit. So it looks like this one's going to come off relatively easy. Let me get this one out of here. Then, because I'm sure there's one behind there, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, our bearing's there. So we got that out of there. We'll check our bearing and everything. But what I have to do next is I have to get the brake caliper off here. So I'll go get the tools for it. It's nuts on the inside here to pull this off. We'll pull this off as assembly. We'll pull the caliper holder and everything off as assembly. We won't take the bolts out for the brake caliper. I'm pretty sure we can get it out that way. So let me go get the tools to do that, and we'll go to it. So the bolts that are back here on this are 18 millimeter. So let's see if we can get them loose. I put a breaker bar with a 6.18 on there. Oh yeah, I hate rust. And as Neil says, never sleeps. You know, well, alright, so we got that one started. What you got to watch is this is so close in here that if you're not careful, you'll get everything jammed up back in here with your socket. Alright, so let's go to the bottom one. And they're all frickin' dirtied up. God, I'm getting weak in my old age. Alright, I'm going to get on the ground and try and push up on that one there. So I'll be back once I get something to lay on, because I'm not going to lay directly on the floor. Okay, let's see if I can get a little more leverage here. Well, you can see if I'm on square down here too. Wow. About ready to put the Astro on it. See if that has enough snot to loosen it. That's why I use a 6-point. All right. You know, folks, I have a 3/4 inch impact, and I have 6 millimeters. We're going to do this the easy way. You know, I have to do a toolbox review because I forget the stuff that I have. I thought I bought 1/2-inch drive metric impacts. It's a Tecton set that I bought from Amazon. I forgot about it. Let's try that, and try that with the 1/2-inch adapter on. See if that snaps. Because I had this problem with, I think, the front of the other Chevy. That's why I bought these. Let's see what happens. Oh, smoked her. Not into it. Just need the right tools, folks. Just need the right tools. I'm so glad I bought that set of sockets. I must have known I was going to need them here. Brakes look pretty good. I think I replaced them not too long ago. Alright, it's not laying against there, but we're gonna do this so it doesn't fall. Alrighty, there's that. Emergency brake doesn't look too good. Now I think this should just come off. Now let me get a little pry bar. Okay, that was that part of the bearing there. The seal. There's part of the seal. So we bought this brand new tool to take seals out. See if we can get it in there and how she works. Probably hit the freaking camera. Bang. she's on there. And by the way, thank you, Ozstar, for the tip. So far, I'm really liking it. I think she was pretty much due for a new one, huh? I don't know how this will show up, but there's how it was all together. So we'll have to pop this out of here and put the other one in. Unfortunately, I don't have the tools that are big enough to drive this baby in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to use this block of wood and my sealed driver to try and keep it square, try and get it started square, and just keep an eye on it. I know it ain't right, not the way to do it, but it's all I have at hand. All the tools I have, and I have nothing that big. So there may be a better way. I mean, I could tap it in, but I think that'll put it in as square as I'll need it. So what I'm going to do is I have some oil. I'm going to oil this up. I'm going to oil up in here for when I put it back on. So I'm using my 75 W90 here, so I'm not going to be afraid to use a little bit of oil on it. Going to do this around here. Alrighty, Aphrodite, enter 90. Let's put a little bit up here for when we put her on. It's actually going in pretty nicely. It's wood, so it won't hurt anything, but make sure you have the crap off of it before you go pounding on it. Well, seems even all the way around there, so I guess we'll take it. So we'll slap a little bit on here. Put the lid back on because I know I'll spill this all over the place otherwise. So let's see how she goes on here. Alright folks, my battery went dead, so I just recharged it and I'm back. But here's what I did. I couldn't get this hub to fit on with that new seal. It wanted to be a son of a gun. So what I did was I got the nut back on, and I know I said previously in the video earlier that I had 4 or 5 of the axle nut, you know, type blah blah blah. Yeah, well, I don't have the one to fit this. All the GMs I've done, and I still have not spent the money to buy one until 5 minutes ago while I was over on the computer, and I bought one. Next time I do this, I will have one. It'll be here. So, anyhow, what I did was, thank goodness for filming, I guess, because what I did was I went back and I watched how many turns I took it out, because I can't tighten this to the 52 foot-pounds of torque because I don't have the proper thing for the nut. But I think I'll be okay. I mean, I don't even mind ripping this back apart again if I have to do this, because, you know, I've done it. It's no big deal. So what I did was I put the nut on, and I don't like doing this because I know you can bitch up your holes here and stuff, but you know, it's where I'm at. This is the 98% part. We'll get her done if we can, because we have to get it done. I still got a pinion seal to put in. So what I did was I put it on with the hammer. I got into one of the holes here, and I tightened this up. So I went till it got tight. Then I took my nice tool, the block of wood, and I hammered it. Knocked it back. Came back with the hammer. This would be loose. Took it, tightened it up. So what I did was, because I don't know what the specs were, I didn't count the threads. Don't ask me. I'm getting older, more medication, just getting stupider. But what I did was, I went back and I looked at what I recorded, and I could tell how many revolutions I went when I took it off. Thank goodness for filming. So I'm within a thread or two, which I don't think is going to make a big deal here. And like I said, I can take it back apart when I get the tool and do it, but I got to get this together and get this thing inspected. Yeah, I know, it's not the right way to do it, but we're getting her done. That's pretty much the bottom line here. So what I'll do now is, we got that on. We're going to put our we have to get this lined up. I don't have it quite lined up. We'll back off. We're going to go ahead. Alrighty, there it is. Now we'll put our little key back in. Make sure he's all the way in. Alright. Looks about like how much was sticking out, I guess. That's alrighty. So now we got to put our little special clip in. Make sure it's all the way back. I like to take the my pick and make sure I got it all the way back in. Alright, you got to get that hooked back in there. Alrighty, I would say it's in there. Alright, so we'll slide the axle back in. Try and get it in nice and straight so we don't bang stuff, knock stuff. And like I said, I'm not replacing the gasket. We'll see how it holds up. If I have to, I will. But, yeah, rust and dirt. Okay, there we go. Now that's all up. I got to go look at the, I think it was 115 for the specs on this and a crisscross pattern. So we'll get them started here. I want to make sure they're all started okay before I go ripping on them, because I may take them in so far with the impact lightly. That feels pretty good. All right, they're all going. Let's just set her at 1. We'll be very soft with her. Alrighty, let me get the torque wrench and we'll go from there. Okay, I was actually going to save this for my tool review, but this is a tool I just bought. And it's a snap-on tech angle torque wrench. I had seen it on one of Erico's videos and I just had to have one. So we're going to turn it on and torque zeroing Angle zeroing, you got to set it down. I'm just setting it down on the ground here for it to get its stuff. So we're not going to go into two review. We'll do that. But there's the angle, which is 30, but we're going to go to foot-pounds, and I'm going to do these probably at like 115 is the setting. So I think I'll go like 75 all around, and then go to 115. We'll just do it in a pattern here. All right, dummy. Never mind. We'll do this after we get the tire on and put it down. There's no reason we can't. So we'll shut this nice toy off, and we'll continue with the rest of it. Sorry, didn't even think about that. You know, sometimes stuff just doesn't go together. But all right, let's get the. All right, I got to clean this hub up. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. I'll be back. I'm just going to clean this up with some brake clean. Looks like I could use a new hub, but we'll see if we can get this one to pass. So let me clean this up, and then I'll be back. Okay, let's get her back on. Get the hub back on. See if it'll fit over the freaking emergency brake. Emergency brake. Alright. Listen to the Corona fall. Alright, it did. I'm sort of hoping that I can get the brakes back over without pushing the caliper back in, since we took the whole thing out in one piece. So let me see if we can. Piece of glove in there. I hate when that happens. Frickin' rust and crap and stuff falling apart. Oh man. Yeah, I know probably the slides don't work too good on this either, but alrighty. That looks like it's okay. So we can get the bolts back in, and even though I hate the stuff, I'm going to get a little bit of Never Seas to slap on them bolts that holds this whole caliper caliper holder together. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let me find my bolts. Yeah, it looks like I had Never Seas on them last time, but apparently it didn't seem to help too much. They were tighter than a banshee. Alrighty, now once I find the wrench, because we're going to just tighten them with the wrench, those damn things get so tight so quickly that I don't know what the torque spec is, but I ain't worried about it. As far as I'm concerned, that's tight enough. So now I got to get the tire on, and then of course tighten these up to our spec. Maybe I'll blow a little brake clean on our Yeah, I don't think the... God, I hate that frickin' gray shit. Gets all over everything. Alright, I'm gonna go get another can of this and just clean this off. Then we'll get the tire mounted, torque that tire on, torque these, drop her down, torque these, and we should be good to go. So now we're just gonna put our lug nuts back on. There's that. I'll put our hubcap on. I usually like to take this and do this with it. Even got in the habit of doing that in the crosshatch. Oh yeah, that's right. Remind me. That's what I was thinking of. Start yelling, no, you gotta tighten those. Yeah, I know. Would have made for an interesting thing, wouldn't it? I know I was going to leave it off for some reason. Telling you. Don't get old. You get stupid. Okay, what I want to do is crawl under here and clean underneath back there before I leave the jack down. So I'm going to go back here in my piece of cardboard and clean all the slop up there with brake clean. Then I'll be back, leave it down, and we'll tighten these. Okay, I had to go put a new pair of gloves on to handle her. Nice new snap-on tool here, but alrighty, let's go to 75 on each one. There's 88.3. I ain't used to this thing yet. We'd only have to be close. Oh, vibrate and all. Woohoo! Oh my God, I love this thing. I love this thing. Had a beer or two, so I may forget where I was at here. Yeah, I know it wasn't crosshatch. Alright, I'm just going to go around all of them now. Oh man, I love this thing. This is nice. Except when you're drinking beer. Forget stuff. I forget stuff when I'm not drinking beer. Too many drugs. Prescription, mind you. Alright, now we'll go and we'll set it up to our 115, which is the spec. No! I forgot! It only goes to 100, it's a 3/8. So much for the fun. Okay, we'll go get the other snap-on old style and we'll continue. So here we are with my other snap-on one that I've had for quite a while. I don't know if you can see it or not here, but you just turn this dial 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They go in 5 increments, so there is 115. You take your little, so you can't move it. Now there it is. And this actually clicks, no beep, no buzz, no vibration, no, oh well. So there you have it. Put the hubcap back on. We can now. And then I think we're good. We'll take our hanger off here before we drive away with it and hear that in there clicking around. But the next job I have is the pinion seal. So we have it up on the lift. I'm not sure if I'll do it now or wait. Okay, folks, so that's the kind of video it's been. Started the video out with coffee, on to beer. So we got the rear axle seal in. I think it's going to be good. I'm not concerned about putting any fluid in. Not much leaked out. I know how much was in there before I did this. I'm also going to have to do the pinion seal, and I just run it to get it inspected. If I don't do the pinion seal now and I decide to do it later, so it's not as though it's going to be ran very far. So once again, you can never have enough tools. You never have the right tools. I will for this job anyhow. And all I can say is it's your favorite 98%er on YouTube, Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic, and my battery's going dead again, saying to you, if you can get someone else to do it, you're probably better off. Till next time, folks. See ya.